Yuan Bingyan's rebound is miserable, and Meeting You Again in Falling Blossoms, which has been tried ordinarily, has flopped once more. The nation has without a doubt seriously got serious about terrible entertainers throughout recent years. It plainly specifies that they won't be allowed any opportunity to stand up. Whenever they are scrutinized and detailed, and the embarrassment is uncovered, regardless of how well-known or famous a star craftsman is, he, she, will be rebuffed. Getting removed from the diversion circle is likewise only minutes. There are an excessive number of examples gained from the past, and specialists who imploded are continuously arising in a steady progression. However, there are consistently a couple of performers who are fortunate. For example, the entertainer Yuan Bingyan, who was presented to Burden Gibbs a couple of months prior. She has recently become famous not very far in the past. While on the ascent, she was trapped in a tempest, and her picture and verbal exchange languished over some time, and the entire organization treated her in an unexpected way. Numerous media revealed her terrible conduct in a steady progression, and Yuan Bingyan turned into a novice short term. Notwithstanding, it is not the same as the circumstance of the past few. After Yuan Bingyan's studio gave an assertion honestly saying that the installment had been made up in time, the Weibo records of Yuan Bingyan in her studio were not obstructed right away, and have been protected right up to the present day. According to this point of view, Yuan Bingyan's perhaps there is as yet an opportunity. During the mid-fall celebration this year, the ensemble show Cheng Yi featuring Yuan Bingyan likewise delivered a banner. Yuan Bingyan was not eliminated from the material, however a photograph of her in Zhonghanlian was delivered. Clearly Cheng Yi in this show actually perceives Yuan Bingyan as the champion. Sometime prior, there was likewise news that Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zui featured in the old mannequin show Meeting the Lord in Falling Blossoms has gotten a dispersion permit, and a companion who is associated with being the head of the dramatization posted an article saying that the dramatization will be communicated in December. It likewise pulled in a ton of consideration when it was delivered, and the crowd's assessment was likewise enraptured. Certain individuals said they were anticipating it, while others said that in the event that Yuan Bingyan can get back in the saddle, then the past ones can likewise get back into the game. Seeing that December is coming soon, I accept that many fans are likewise trusting that the show will be delivered. However, I lament to let you know that the show Meeting You Again in Falling Blossoms might be destroyed once more. As of late, Mango Television formally answered a netizen gave a criticism question, saying that the show Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More has not been remembered for the transmission plan as of late. The stage expressed that all web-based dramatizations to be communicated will stringently follow the important administration guidelines. Notwithstanding the state organization of radio, film and TV, notwithstanding the permit gave by the organization, it should go through a severe third survey of the substance before it very well may be communicated on the web. As of now, Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More up to just meet one guideline, and the most serious issue with the show is Yuan Bingyan. Normally, the stage side won't handily advance this show. All things considered, it is likewise answerable for exciting general assessment, and the show is communicated to satisfy the crowd. With the exception of fans who believe it's okay, I think numerous netizens will in any case have protests, or different fans will likewise gripe for their own objects of worship. Since Yuan Bingyan can return, it is assessed that Deng Lun and others previously, they can likewise return. Along these lines, the country's kinglying undertaking will turn into a joke, and it will be screwed up, with next to no principles by any means. I'm apprehensive it will make the environment in media outlets more awful and more awful. I have found out about the preliminary previously, and many fans feel that the nation has remembered it, and that implies everything looks great. However, the answer given by Mango Television this time makes Meeting You Again in the Falling Blossoms appear to be far away, and the substance needs to go through layers. With undeniable level restriction, it is hard for the crowd to change Yuan Bingyan's assessment of her alone. On the off chance that a television series is delivered, on the off chance that the consideration of the actual work can't cover the contention of the actual entertainers, then it will lose its unique importance. Simply stand by. It is assessed that the show group is as yet buckling down. Mango Television didn't say that Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More won't be communicated straightforwardly, just that it won't be communicated soon. Perhaps there will be potential open doors later on. All things considered, it cost 200 million to make. No, the transmission misfortune is actually too enormous. 02. A little articulation doesn't really intend that there is no spirit. The 32-year-old Cheng Yi has made quite a large number of facial loss of motion groups become flushed. Unfortunate acting abilities normally take to 2 courses of action, or the looks are overstated and the 5 faculties are zooming near. playing a decent and energetic person as a blockhead, or not moving his face. Regardless of what sort of circumstance they experienced, they were in a condition of lack of concern. When the camera was turned on, the man appeared to have his spirit removed from him. The last one was disparaged as the facial loss of motion school previously, however presently it is suitable to utilize the new word simulated intelligence school. This sort of exhibition should not be set up for individuals who are cold and thoughtful, since the declarations of the characters in the person setting are not displayed in the huge articulations, but rather in the little subtleties. What's more, with such a person set, the people who have no strength truly can't act it out. Particularly for the new age of entertainers, it is feasible to have appearances, however the countenances are frozen there for the entire scene. In the feline riding a fish, Luo Jing showed furiously, grimacing somewhat, the edges of his mouth turned down, and his eyes glared irately. It very well may be seen that he is irate, however there are no more subtleties on the close-to-home change. It looks exceptionally conscious, and you can perceive its acting initially, how the crowd can get into the play. This is valid for the novices who have quite recently entered the circle, and the seniors who have really buckled down in the circle for a very long time have not gotten away from objections. Ren Gailan satisfied Zhenwan the chilly outside and hot inside, which is in sharp difference with Li Qin's crying scene. Liu Shishi has been disputable since his presentation. Some time prior, Li Qin's crying and acting abilities burst out of the circle and satisfied Zhen, and Yu Dingdan, who she played in the plot, spruced up exceptionally. Going to meet each other with trusted Lian, whoever expected to sit tight for her ended up being a development that would kill her. She took a gander at Lian, who wouldn't let out the slightest peep, as though she would have rather not made sense of for herself. Right away, I felt extremely violated, destroys fail, and the eye attachments before long became red. The entire scene was brimming with trouble and outrage. Contrasted in Li Qin's enormous moves, Ren Gailan's little subtleties are clearly adequately not. The Lian he played was initially a person with a cool appearance and a sensitive heart. At the point when he understood that Yu Dingdang may be Yangtze, he was promptly astounded. Then I understood what something moronic I had done, and the other party probably won't excuse me, so I gradually shed tears. This has been cautiously deciphered. In the event that you don't peruse the first film cautiously, you can see Ren Gailan's practically still face. There is Ren Gailan, who generally takes independent jobs, making individuals question his absence of capacity. The little girl has Liu Shishi, who has been more cold and uninterested since her introduction. Simultaneously, from Ruoxi to Zhang Nansen's rebound, she has been disparaged for her facial loss of motion, and she has been scrutinized the most for her dull eyes. A little articulation doesn't intend that there is no spirit. Cheng Yi, who is north of 30 years of age and was brought into the world in a significant, has performed coarse reading style abilities in the beyond 2 years. One individual assumes the part of father and child, the eyes contrast and the character is self-evident, and Yu Sifan's darkened eyes are convoluted. Cheng Yi, who is disparaged by netizens for saving his life for his acting abilities, depended on his brilliant execution in an endless flow of dramatizations. This made the crowd steadily become fanatics of his acting abilities, regardless of whether the show's standing isn't generally excellent. His solidarity in it is as yet perceived in the finale of Agarwood like chips. He assumed the part of Zhuan Yi and Yang Yuan alone, the dead and child. The previous jawline has been raised somewhat since he emerged. The eyebrows were raised, brimming with scorn, before the fight. He brought down his head once more, and afterward lifted his eyes up, making him look considerably more significant. Contrasted to Zhuan Yi, who had stated "I'm your dad" all over, Yang Yuan, who was wearing red, looked extremely infantile and charming. Prior to playing Yang Yuan well, he additionally completely depicted the delicate legend Yu Sifan. Yu Sifan is normally reasonable, despite the fact that he has incredible capacity, he actually stays under the radar. To safeguard his cherished Chu Zuanji, such an individual will concede his way of life as an evil spirit star before everybody. What's more, to get Zuanji far from him, he likewise disturbed him with unforgiving words, and his hair was screwed up. The grin isn't enormous, however it feels insane, and simultaneously is darkening. His red eyes can conceal his bitterness. That's what he knew. Whether he did this, almost certainly, he would not have anything. The 32-year-old Cheng Yi, who was perceived by the High Court and evaluated as the Lord of Show by unfamiliar media, was embarrassed about his absence of capacity.